Welcome to Statistically Speaking with Dr. El Bayoumi, where we turn numbers into knowledge. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important topics in modern data science and information systems: privacy, security, big data, and especially the laws that govern how data is used. If you plan to work in analytics, research, healthcare, business, or technology, this topic will affect you every single day of your professional life. Technical skills are important, but they are not enough. You also need to understand your legal and ethical responsibilities when working with data. That's what today's session is about. Let me start with something simple. Almost everything we do today creates data. When you use your phone, browse the internet, shop online, use social media, wear a smartwatch, or drive a modern car, you are constantly generating information. That information is collected, stored, and analyzed. This is what we call big data. Big data is usually described using 5 words: volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and value. In simple terms, it means there is a lot of data. It arrives very fast, it comes in many forms, it is not always perfect, and it is very valuable. Organizations use this data to predict behavior, improve services, reduce costs, and make better decisions. From a statistical point of view, this is very exciting. But from a social and legal point of view, it can also be very risky. When we talk about data responsibility, we usually focus on three main areas: privacy, security, and ethics. Let's talk about each one. Privacy is about control. It means you should have control over your personal information. You should know what is being collected, why it is being collected, who can see it, and how long it will be kept. Security is about protection. It means organizations must protect data from hackers, leaks, and unauthorized access. This includes encryption, passwords, monitoring, and system testing. Ethics is about values. It asks an important question. Just because something is legal, does that mean it is right? Ethics forces us to think about fairness, bias, discrimination, and harm. These three areas are deeply connected, but they cannot work well without strong laws. Let me be very direct here. If there are no strong laws, privacy protection usually fails. Companies are under pressure to compete, grow, and make money. Without legal limits, many organizations will collect more data than they should. Laws exist to protect people, set standards, and create accountability. They turn good intentions into real obligations. In the United States, we do not have one national privacy law that covers everything. Instead, we have many separate laws. For example, HIPAA protects medical records. GLBA protects financial data. HIPAA protects student records. Each law focuses on one area, but many types of data are not fully protected. Because of this, states started creating their own laws. California's CCPA is the most famous example. It gives people the right to see, delete, and control their data. Other states follow, but each law is different. This makes compliance difficult for companies. And it means privacy rights depend on where you live. Because there is no strong federal law, the Federal Trade Commission plays a major role. The FTC investigates companies that lie about privacy or fail to protect data. Many large tech companies have faced FTC actions. However, the FTC's power is limited. For big corporations, fines are sometimes just a small cost of doing business. To see what strong regulation looks like, let's look at Europe's GDPR. The General Data Protection Regulation began in 2018. It is the strongest privacy law in the world. Under GDPR, companies must have a legal reason to collect data. They must collect only what they need. They must clearly explain what they are doing. They must respect individual rights. They must prove compliance, and they can face very large fines. Because of this, companies around the world take GDPR seriously. When security fails, data breaches happen. Personal information is exposed. This can include financial data, medical records, and identity information. Breaches lead to lawsuits, fines, and loss of trust. In many cases, trust is harder to rebuild than money. Today, many decisions are made by algorithms: credit approval, hiring, insurance pricing, content recommendations. Many of these systems are difficult to explain. This creates legal and ethical problems. Bias, discrimination, and the lack of transparency are major concerns. Biometric data, like facial recognition, raises even more serious issues. New laws are trying to catch up with these technologies. Responsible organizations take compliance seriously. They create data governance policies. They build privacy into system design. They invest in security. They train employees. They monitor legal changes. They document everything. Compliance is not a one-time task. It is a continuous process. Looking ahead, several trends are clear. The US will likely move towards stronger federal privacy laws. AI regulation will increase. International data rules will expand. Consumers will gain more rights. Ethical standards will become more formal. The legal environment will continue to evolve. Let me speak directly to you now. As future professionals, your work will affect many people. You will handle sensitive information. You will design systems. You will make decisions. With that power comes responsibility. You must respect privacy, protect confidentiality, question unethical practices, promote fairness. Technical skill without ethics is dangerous. Legal compliance without values is not enough. True professionalism requires both. Big data creates enormous opportunities, but it also creates serious risks. Privacy protects dignity. Security protects systems. Ethics guides behavior. Law enforces accountability. Together, they shape our digital future. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay updated on all things data and statistics. Thanks for watching.